What's going on, Park Hoppin? Welcome back to the channel. And today, this is Dave Portnoy, the president, the El Presidente of Barstool Sports. And before I begin this video, I just want to say, Dave, if you're ever back in the theme parks, if you find you and your staff and your people back in the theme parks, please contact Geeks and Gamers first. Let us help you so tragedies like this will never happen again. Trust me, we will take care of you. Won't even cost you anything, but maybe an 8-minute video of your review of the park that you visited. Geeks and Gamers, remember that, Dave, because I know you watch these videos. I know you watch them all. Anyway, what happened to Dave, Jay? What happened? He was at Hollywood Studios, and he's a big-time Star Wars fan. And he wanted to go to Galaxy's Edge. He wanted to ride Rise of the Resistance. He wanted to see it all, wanted to do all things Star Wars. And something terrible has happened, and I'll let him explain, and then we'll talk about it after his Star Wars confession.
Okay, confession time. I have a confession. It's an embarrassing confession. It's a confession I didn't want to make. So the last few days, I've talked a ton about Disney World, being the king of Disney World. I've been taking pictures of me in my Star Wars gear. I am a Star Wars guy. Rise of Resistance got me back in. I love Daisy Ridley in that character. I love everything about it. So I've turned into a big Star Wars guy. So I'm in Orlando because that's where Sylvan's family lives. And for 2 days, 3 days, I'm fighting, scratching, just clawing people's eyeballs out to get tickets to Hollywood Studios, which is where they have the new Star Wars attraction. People say Rise of Resistance, best ride of all time, Star Wars Land, Edge of the Galaxy. There are billboards everywhere. It's the hardest park to get in right now because of Star Wars. Harder than any event I've ever had to get tickets for. I've been to Super Bowls, front court, Kentucky Derbies, World Series, concerts, you name it.
Got the J cough.
I've done it all. Finally, I get the hookup to go to Disney World. Shout out Mincy, gets me tickets. Excited, we go, Star Wars. First thing we do, we go on this ride, Star Wars. I love it. Darth Vader's, and we get off the ride. Now, I did say, when we did the ride, I was like, oh, I thought the line would be longer. It was like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. For normal people, I had the lightning pass. We were in like 2 minutes. Sylvana didn't like it. She's like, oh, that was all right. I'm like, this is the best ride ever. Keep in mind, I hadn't been to Disney in, I don't know, 20, 30 years. We do the whole park. Tower of Terror, the Aerosmith roller coaster ride was down. We go to Toy Story Land. And we take a picture in our Star Wars gear. And somebody is like, only Dave would take a picture in Star Wars, but not in Star Wars Land. So I'm walking around. I see the big Star Wars thing. I'm like, oh, they must mean in there. We go into Star Wars Land. Pretty unimpressive, if we're being honest. We walk in, I'm like, oh, that was a dud. Do the whole park. We're there from 10 to 5, walk in circles. I'm like, is this it? And like, yeah, we walk the whole park. We leave, go home. I text my guy, Robbie Fox, and I'm like, hey, Robbie, Rise of the Resistance, awesome, unbelievable. You got to do it. He says, yeah, I've heard it's the best ride ever at any amusement park ever. I'm like, yeah, it was sick. Then he asked me, did you go on Millennium Falcon ride? And I'm like, what? Literally, my brain, like, what do you mean? There were 2 Star Wars rides? I'm like, no, I didn't do that one. I didn't see that one. Seemed weird. So I mention it, and we have this old map from Star Wars. I start looking at it. There's an entire, and I went on YouTube, and I Google Rise of the Resistance ride. It doesn't really look like the ride that I was on. They're saying 15 minutes. I'm seeing characters from the new movie that wasn't my ride. I went to Disney World, and I was bragging how good Rise of Resistance is and how good the Star Wars thing was. I didn't go to it all. I missed the entire new part of Star Wars. I guess I went on a ride that has been there for like years. Still, I loved it, but I don't know. The other ride is 15 minutes long. Mine was like $110 max. I was just gonna lie and say I did it because I don't want FOMO. I was like, at Robbie Fox, all the Barstool guys, like, we're so jealous. It's, I didn't even go into that other part of the park. I missed it. I kind of blame Disney because that main Star Wars thing, how can you not think that if you never...
All right, I'm going to stop it right there. So if you've been to Hollywood studios, you know what he just did. He just did Star Tours. He did Star Tours, and then he went to the launch bay, which is basically a little museum of some Star Wars things. That's it. He completely missed Galaxy's Edge, and I don't know how he did that. Two things could have happened. Either he literally walked through it, because if you enter Galaxy's Edge, there's a part where you could kind of stay off to the right and just walk through it without seeing lines or where to walk or where to go, because they're trying to make it immersive, right? And just kind of walk around and end up into Toy Story Land. Or he just completely missed it. Completely missed it, because Galaxy's Edge is connected to Toy Story Land, and it's right where he did the pizza review. He did Rizzo's pizza review, and he completely missed it. I'll let him continue and finish, but gosh.
Like, been to Disney, how can you not think that was the thing? I will say, in the gift shop, I asked about these hats because everyone was wearing them. They're like, oh yeah, we don't have them here. But they didn't say it was somewhere else. They said it was sold out. The whole thing was confusing. I got this at a different park totally. I can't lie. I think I'm the first person ever who went to Disney World just for Star Wars, the new attraction, and just missed it. Just missed it.
And he's getting roasted in the comments section because people are like, how could you miss it? How could you literally walk past it and not see it? And he's doing his best to try to answer questions, because I believe it. He could be the only one to literally want to go to Galaxy's Edge and completely walk past it. He says, I'm done with the magic. And I really hope he comes back and gives it another try. But theme parks aren't for everyone. He says he only goes once every 20 years and then he's done. He probably had his fill and he's done. Right here, people are blowing up his Slinky Dog picture and showing him that Galaxy's Edge is right here. He's like, hey, there it is. And he's like, brother, I had my eyes closed on that Slinky Dog fighting for my life. The next one, he says, like I said, I was fighting for my life. Right here, someone shows him a map. He says, yeah, men don't use maps. They just walk around till they bump into everything. He's just kind of like, yeah, what kind of setup? And they were just showing him where he was at and how he missed all of that. Then it says, this was my argument here. He's like, it's right next to where you did the pizza review. Although the entrance is very lame, just like a rock tunnel you go through. He says, I literally said out loud, where does this tunnel go? And I didn't go. I assumed it was the parking lot. There you have it, everyone. The one man who completely missed going to Galaxy's Edge. He might not have missed much. I don't know. We'll see. But he did say he liked Rey and some of that. You know, he's back into Star Wars and he wanted to see it. It would have been cool for him to see the Falcon. He probably would have liked that. But I just can't believe it. I just can't believe he totally missed it. I can't believe that he missed all that. Dave, call us next time. Give us a call at Geeks and Gamers. We'll take care of you. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me.